Way up and now here we go. Oh, way up, no other feeling, no. Oh, way up, I'm not the. I was born in Sacramento, California. My family is from the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago. I have a lot of family that lives in New York City, both places where I've been privileged to share my music, create my music. I was raised in the church, so I played the drums. Those who know about the Caribbean or Trinidad and Tobago primarily, they are the inventors of the steel pan. Yep. So my father used to play pan.
Oh, cool.
All right. That would be my beginning, being a drummer, and also my father was heavy into jazz. Once I got a hold of it, used to hear a lot of banging on the table, and they'd be like, "Oh, please, stop, please stop all that banging and thing." But I would never stop, just like I haven't stopped now. So growing up, my basis, my foundation of music was very much calypso, soca, jazz music, and gospel music. And, you know, it keeps my sanity, my peace, and it also allows me a way to voice my message, very much so. I always knew that I wanted to do music. I always knew that music was basically my number one, my first love. That and I would say basketball. But more so, music was the very first thing that once I found it, you couldn't get me away from it. Now that I think about it, wherever I've lived, I've always done music. Whether I'm in the background recording it, singing it, DJing it, just in some form or fashion, I'm always connected to music.
I do not usually say things on tomorrow today, but I found it, no way around it. Question in question, Juggle acquiesce.
This year was a very productive year. I appreciate everybody I collaborated with. The Suited Click, shout out to Oren Bailey, Jafar, Jay Loso, Earl Grey, Rob Young. We finished the album. I put out my first LP in January of this year called The Way Back. You can find that at iillc.com. I did that with III Entertainment, located in East New York and Brooklyn. Shout out to MDS Tone and everybody, the family out there. Me and Oren from the Suited Click, we did another album that we are going to soon release. And then I have my next solo project that I call Magi, Need I Say More, that I soon release as well. So I'm not stopping. The creation of music is going on and forward. We did a show with Dipset in June, I believe, and just came off of doing a show with Dave East in Oakland. And looking forward to do much more. Open mics, everything. So that's what's going on right now. I have a love for starting something and finishing it. And part of the finishing process for me as an artist, especially in these days and time, is to create it and then take it to the stage and see what it does to the audience, the world, or those that are listening. Being a producer, sometimes it can start with the bass, sometimes it can start with the drum, sometimes it starts with the lyrics. Whichever one, once I catch that vibe, I just go. And the beautiful thing about performing is that you get to see, you know, the result of or how it affects people. It's amazing. I find it interesting how music is like a universal thing. People may not even understand the lyrics. And I play, you know, my music for an international crowd. Shout out to Frisco and New York, which is very diverse. I like learning new cultures. And, you know, when you play music around people, it's interesting to see their reaction to what I've created. I love the whole process of music, from, you know what I'm saying, from the start to the stage. I always love to find people with the same passion, the same drive as me, and you never know what's gonna come out of it. So just like I said, all the albums that I worked on this year, we didn't know how it would come and what the reception would be. But when it's done and you put it out, and with each man having the understanding that they want to be heard and they want to push it. So now you have their network, your network, and you put that together. And when you combine that, you got more listeners and you got more receptiveness. And, I take the good, the bad, the ugly. So whether you like it or you don't like it, or, oh, I like the beat, or I didn't like that part, I take everything into consideration when I do collaborate with people. But I value it highly because, I like working with other great minds and seeing what comes out from it. I make my music more so for my community, and when I say that, the world. I don't limit myself in thinking or in any form of fashion. And my youths, my children, I have children. Shout out to the beautiful mothers out there in the earth, and my children. So the message can be left back for them, and they can know what dad does and says.
That's huge.
My lyrics in particular is about the everyday life. More so, I don't look at it from one aspect, but it does. It would sound more like it's coming from one who knows struggle, or one who knows what it's like to not have or go through. You know what I'm saying? So there's different levels of adversity. Everybody goes through what they have to go through. But more so for me, I'm talking from the aspect, I love history. So like I said, it's applied science. Everything to me is connected. My health, what I eat, how you view the world, the history, things that happened before you that affect you today, money. I could keep going. The drugs, smartphones that made people dumb. Where could I in every form of fashion, the words we use today, why we use those words. I'm a wordsmith as well as a vibesmith, so I learned the power of words and how you use them. I'm still learning. I'm still a student to life as well, so I'm working on this craft, but very much so I'm a lyricist. So you may hear me say things in a manner where it's like I've never heard it like that before. One example is you're the owner and the chief commander too. The chief commander of the United States is called the what? President, right? So what I'm telling you is you should look at yourself like you're the owner, the chief, and the commander. It switches your thought process if they was to teach you that in our school system. You understand? So that's very much so what I apply into the music, applied sciences. So yeah, I love this. I do. I love it because where, especially to the youngsters out here who think, well, I gotta make a song that gets on the radio. Nah, be true to yourself. Be honest to yourself. Be honest about who you are, how you live, what you come from. Stop trying to impress just to make it financially and blah blah blah. Because corporate America is a different beast. If you don't know, a lot of the youngsters, I'm trying to wake them up to like, okay, yeah, we need the money, but the real talent starts right here. You understand? It starts in you, and once you get more in tune with that, you understand, it'll show and it'll be more fruitful. You understand? Then rather than just doing what the Joneses or doing what the next man is doing, because I think there's too much of that going on right now. There's way too much talent in music. There's way too much just talent, period, in all forms of life, and not too many people are getting that shine because of money, which I think it shouldn't be like that. So with that being said, thank you, Clandestino, because you are one of the few, like I have a saying, one of the few that actually do. So you're one of the few that opened up a way for artists like me who are not known, who actually loves music, who has a talent, who is trying to say something, who is active, you understand, with his craft and has a genuine purpose behind it. So we need more of that, you understand, and people need to open their mind up to, You know what I'm saying? Just because it's not on the Billboard 100. Other outlets to find artists. You know, shout out to Apple and Spotify and all those different things that they created. But, you know, staying in tune with what's going on in the concrete is one thing that I keep in touch with. You understand? So I love the commoners. I love the going to country. I love being outside with the people who are actually dealing with it. You understand? Compared to those who just, as you would say, go just to exploit it, talk about it, and make some money off of it. I'm there with them. You understand? So it's a difference in the message.
Way up, you independent. Oh, up and out the building. I say we up and out this building. Oh, up, so how we chillin'? Oh, way up, feeling the million. Reaction,
I have
elevated reflex.
14 songs. It was gonna be an EP, but then I don't limit myself, and I don't like to stop the creative process. It's only featuring one artist, Earl Grey, and it's entitled Magi. I thought about adding Need I Say More, but it's really Magi, which I took from studying Moorish science, of which I found out that back in ancient times they were considered high priests. No, I'm not saying I'm a high priest, but I came to find out those who were valued in society of civilizations, in starting civilizations, were people who wrote. You understand? Writers are the thinkers, and I'm a writer and a thinker of the relevant time, with my own thoughts about things in the relevant time that is not heard, but nonetheless, that is my power, and that is a very powerful thing. So the expression of Magi also applies to magic, magistrate, and a whole bunch of other things that go, you know, that's where it derives from. So these things it's a lawful connection to it, it's a science connection to it, it's an artful connection to it. So in this project, you're going to hear a lot of how can I say it? A lot of fusion of different music. It'll sound like it's gonna start out jazzy, but then it'll flip into a very hip hop type sway, and then it'll transition into a very reggae type vibe, and it may go into a calypso. You understand? I like to play and transition music, so not only lyrically am I giving you a lot of diversification, but in the music too. I show you how I could show you my talent with production, show you my Magi. Me and Oren, we have a EP we call Think Tank that I will be dropping with him. He's in Sacramento. We will be putting that out, and that is called Think Tank. That derives from, you know, me and him got together, and we looked at it like America has all these think tanks. They sit down and they think about stuff, and then they put stuff together. So me and him, we did our think tank, and we're gonna present it to the world and see what y'all think about it. Learn how to think for yourself. That's a big thing I think needs to be stressed to the whole entire world. I think we at a time right now where so much things going on and so much things coming at people. I think it's like a universal sentiment. People are frustrated, but don't know how to communicate or voice or how to deal with such things. We just go from the little baby to the, you know what I'm saying, to the elder. So, you know, learn how to listen to yourself, be still, and, you know, find peace within yourself, and don't be scared to talk. Don't be scared to do anything, because I think another thing right now is like fear. Fear is a key thing that has reached a lot of the masses, and this is why you have a lot of artists who don't desire to be an artist. You understand? So I'm trying to get artists to be artists again and think like artists again by encouraging, you know, use this. Don't let them take this from you, because if you do that, then this is not going to be good for the rest of us. And there is no the revolution starts and ends with the individual. So you can't change nothing till you change yourself. We can't do nothing until the individual starts changing, and that's part of the problem. We got a lot of things going on individually with us that we got to correct. And then once we do that, then we could jump out like France and be like, let's get these now. I'm playing, but it's a real thing that applies about thinking, because how one views or their perception of success or happiness or what they got to do just to be happy, or affects them. So just think, keep thinking, everybody. Don't let them take away thinking from you. I don't think anybody was born to be like anything. One, you got your own fingerprint that makes you unique. You were here for your own design and purpose. Figure that out and apply it. You know what I'm saying? Apply it, definitely apply it. This is I-Juggle coming to you live from Clandestino. Don't go nowhere. I call it applied sciences. So I take the art, and then I take many other things that is a part of life, and fuse it together to create what I call vibesmith, which is like a blacksmith. I create a vibe, and with sound and with lyrics, formulate basically the type of music that I make.